Hi, folks. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Just trying to get it back on. For Facebook members as well. Okay. I think we're back on. So I'm going to go straight in. I'm going to carry on with the core session. So we're on our backs. It's a nice long rest. We're on our backs. Just setting up the timer quickly. I just got rid of it. We are on our backs. We're doing the toe tap. So we're done here. We split our feet, wider than the hips or hip width apart, and we tap the toes. So we tap, tap. So chest comes up, and we shift the weight side to side. Tap, 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 tap. All right. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. So our chest is up, abs are on, and we're trying to tap the toes. That depends on flexibility. It may be that you tap the edge of the heel, or you just reach through to the toe and the foot area. Keep that going. It's a nice simple one. So we raise up, we brace, and we shift and crunch side to side. 15 seconds left. Let's tuck the chin. So chin to chest. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Release there. Roll the head. You tend to hold a lot of tension through the neck. So just rotate side to side. Let's get ready. Split the feet. Heels flat on the floor. Come up and tap. So raise through the chest. Tuck the chin, eyesight above the knees. And we tap side to side. That's it. Keep it going. 20 seconds left. Make sure we're shifting side to side, not just reaching through with the hand. So really rotating, really pulling through. 3, 2, and 1. Arms up, overhead. Roll through the neck. That's it. 2 more rounds to go. Raise through the chest. Tap those toes. Keep that going. So you're really going to feel it down the sides and at the top in the middle. If you're not feeling it down the sides, then maybe don't raise the chest too high and just feel that crunch and that squeeze together at the sides. So really feel that contraction, that shortening of the side muscles. Your option, so we're going to be working obliques, is just to extend through the leg if you're not keen on the tap. That's it. 5 seconds left. Release there. Arms up and overhead. 1 more round to go. All right. Stack the feet. And let's tap. Raise through the shoulders. Eyesight above the knees. And tap side to side. Really feel that crunch, shortening of those muscles as we tap. Just release through the neck at any point that you need to. Don't overwork it. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Just release it there. Grab a drink, and when you're ready, just come down onto your back, stretch out through the feet, point through the toes, and then just come up and over. Raise through the chest if you're comfortable, so arch through the back a little. Any issues with your back, don't do this one, just leave it nice and neutral on the floor. Really feel that pull down the middle. So you can point your fingers a little more, point your toes a little further, and feel that stretch lengthen. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. And in, and out. Every time you breathe in, you'll feel it stretch and lengthen a little bit more. Just stack the knees for me. Bring them to the center, hands out wide, and just, when you're ready, drop them over to the sides. So feel that stretch through the side, through the back, and over into the legs a little. Nice. So just bring the knees to the chest, bring up to the center, over to the other side, and drop down a little. You can look away from your knees if you want to. Deep breath in. Nice long breath out. One more. In. And long breath out. Knees to the chest. When you're ready, bring yourself to kneeling. Clasp the hands together. And up nice and high. Feel that lengthen through the middle. Stretch over to the side, nice and slowly. To the center. And to the side. Just loosen off. All right, guys, great core session today. We're going to go straight in to the stretch session. Just get rid of my phone. That's it. So just when you're ready, just come to standing. All the way up. All right. So we're into the stretch session now. So hands up, clasp, up and overhead. So split the feet about a squat width apart. So hip width or just outside. Just push through with the hips to make a C all the way across. Back to the center, all the way across. Center. That's it. One more either side. Really push through with the hips. All right. So you can stay facing me. Keep the feet underneath the hips. So we might need to step them in a little. You're just gonna roll through the head, roll through the neck, roll through each vertebrae, and just slowly let your hands drop. Don't go too far, just hold it there. You've got a nice curved back. You can feel, let your head hang, let your arms hang. And then same, let's reverse it. So each vertebrae, just roll up. Let the hands and arms be loose. And just slowly come up. Head comes up last as you roll through the neck. Nice and neutral, looking forward. Let's do that again. So tuck the chin and slowly start to roll down. Really slowly. Each vertebrae. Just let the arms hang, head hang. Stop at the same height. So just hold it there. And slowly come back up. Same again. Hands and head heavy. Up nice and slow. All the way. Neck last, head last. All right, one more time and see if you can go a little bit further. So roll through the neck, chin to chest, through the shoulders, arms start to droop. Roll all the way down. See if you can go a little further. That's it. Just hold it there. You can leave your hands hanging. You can touch the floor depending on your flexibility. Or you can hold onto your elbows either side and just hold it there. For me, that's my preference. Just really loosen off through the neck. Let the head drop. Start to feel yourself sink into it a little more. So as your hamstrings start to loosen off, leave the arms hanging, leave the head hanging. As your hamstrings start to loosen off, you may find that you start to drop a little further. So take a deep breath in for me. On that release, see if you can just naturally just lengthen the hamstrings a little. So one more deep breath in. Long breath out. Hold it there. Okay, if you've got your hands on your elbows, just loosen them off. I can now find I can touch the floor. So you may find you've lengthened a little bit. If your legs are straight, just have a slight bend in the knee and slowly roll yourself up again. So roll yourself. You'll feel that tension through the hamstrings. Let the arms rest. Head comes up last, so it's really slow. Pull back through the shoulders and lengthen out through the head. Nice. Just roll through the shoulders for me. Roll through the shoulders. We're going backwards. So if you feel a little bit lightheaded or dizzy after that one, just take a second to refocus, grab a drink maybe, and then join back in. Couple more. Let's go the other way. So now we're going forward. One way always feels more familiar, more natural than the other. You may find that it's a bit easier if you bring the arms a bit more in. So we open out. Look a little bit like a monkey maybe. That's it, a couple more. Nice. Okie dokie. Let's just come down onto the floor. And we're coming down onto the knees. So take a nice long step forward. We'll start with the opposite leg. Nice long step forward. Feet are still hip width apart. And just lean in for me. So we drop that hip, that back hip, down to the floor. That's it. So the front knee doesn't go across or over the heel. And you're supported through that back, that push down, and through this front knee. Just push through the front leg, through the heel, and straighten out through the hamstring. So you'll feel that shift. It's now through the hamstring, through the back of the front leg. So it's sinking the hips back. Gaze nice and neutral to the floor. Let's bend that front leg again and bring it forward. So we're going back into that same position. So knee stacked over the heel, that back hip, drop it down. And feel that nice long opening through the hip flexor. Keep the chest up nice and high. Head nice and neutral. Just push back through that front leg again, back into the hamstrings. Feel that tension through the front leg. Head nice and neutral. Breathe in nice and steady. So bend through that front leg. Going back in last time. All the way through. So we shift. The focus is now in the hip flexor. When you're ready and if you're comfortable, same side as the hip flexor we're working. Just drive that arm up all the way and feel that open through the side as well. Keep that hip nice and low and that arm nice and high if we're choosing the arm option. So just lower the arm, stay in the same position with the legs. Let's just twist so our head is facing the same way, so the opposite way to the screen possibly. A nice twist through the spine, you'll feel it even more through the hip flexor. Just with that front arm, take a nice light hold on the front leg. So gently loosen off, back to neutral, bend through. We're not going all the way back, so we're going to swap legs. Just come nice and neutral, just come up onto the knees and back down. Do a couple more times just to loosen off. Feel the difference between the two legs. So that back leg that we've been working, the hip flexor, feels so much looser than the leg that we've still got to work. Okay, stay up this time. We're going to swap legs then. Let's take a nice long step forward. Whoop, same leg for me. Nice long step forward. Don't be too over-ambitious. You feel like you've got all the movement in the world because you've already worked one side. So we're dropping through that back hip again. I'm going to turn around. So dropping through that back hip again. So now we're working the opposite hip flexor. It takes time to get loose. So just hold it there. Remember that front knee is stacked over the front heel. And just nice and neutral, looking forward, chest up. So when you're ready, push back through that front leg. Shift the hips back. Chest stays up and neutral. And feel it now, it's moved to the back of that front leg. Just hold it there. One side may be more flexible than the other, so don't try and overwork it. Just listen to what's comfortable and what's not. So bend through that front leg, coming through again, exactly the same. So stack that front knee, drop that back hip down to the floor. Feel that it's a little bit looser now. That first one kind of starts to lengthen. Now we're really getting into it. Let's shift back. Hips come back, straighten through the front leg. Chest stays up. And feel that lengthen, that tightness through the front hamstring. Breathe in nice and steady. Bend through the front leg. Final time. So sink down. Just hold it here for now. That's it. So when and if you're ready, same side as the hip flexor that we're working, raise that arm up. Just straight up in the air, and hold it there. Just lower that arm. We're going to go face the opposite way to the hip flexor that we're working. Just a nice gentle twist through the spine. Gently hold on to the front leg. Just hold it there. Feel that stretch all the way around. Really feel it deep into the hip flexor. Gently come facing neutral, facing forward, and push yourself back and up into that kneeling position. Just a couple of times, raise up, and I can feel that your hip flexors are feeling pretty much the same. Nice and loose. Just one more. Nice. So we're going to work a little bit on the back. So come down into this position, into the tabletop position like we were doing earlier. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take the front hand, the hand that's, so the right hand say, and let's tuck it under the left hand. So we shift the hips back, thread the arm through. I'll show you from the front. Shift the hips back, thread the arm through, and feel that lengthen through the one side. Just hold it there. Gently come up, and let's swap it over. So reset yourself. So hands under hands under shoulders, and let's lace through. Just rest there. Feel it stretch out through the shoulder blades and through the back of the shoulder. Gently come on up. All right. Take the feet together. Split the knees and walk your hands forward. So we're right down into child's pose. Drop the head. You can rest it on the floor. Just hold it there. Nice deep breathing. If you can, and when you're comfortable enough, see if you can walk your hands just a tiny bit further forward. Feel it really pull down the sides, loosen it off through the back. All right, gently walk yourself up. Let's do a little spine rotation just to finish. So roll over onto the back. So let's bring the feet close to the bum and drop the knees all the way over to one side. Hands and arms are out to the side. The way that your knees are facing, your head faces the other way. So feel that nice long stretch through the spine, through the back. A nice rotation. And just hold it there. Breathe in nice and steady. Okay, tuck the knees up to the chest. Roll it over to the center. All the way over. Drop the knees down again so that they're in line with the hips. Turn the head the opposite way and feel that rotation. Make sure both shoulder blades are on the floor. Keep breathing. Nice and steady. All right. Tuck the knees up to the chest. We're going to go over to the first side. Drop it down so the knees are in line with the hips. You can stay here, or you can add on, bringing that top leg all the way up, extending and over. And we look the other way. Additionally, if you want to, you can straighten that lower leg. So the bottom leg is nice and straight, the top leg is nice and straight, and you're looking the opposite way. That's only if you're comfortable with that, if that's what you want to do. So just retuck that bottom leg, bend through the top leg, bring the knees to the chest, and roll all the way over again. Lower down to hip height. You can stay there, or you can add on. So you can extend through the top and extend through the bottom if you want to. Breathe nice and steady. I love this one. Okay, when you're ready, bend through the bottom leg, the lower leg, bend through the top leg, knees to chest, roll up, and bring the feet to the floor. So you can choose now, you can either fully extend through the legs, so bring them flat to the floor, or if you're more comfortable, leave the knees bent and up. Just stay here. Just take a nice deep breath in. Feel the chest, feel the lungs, feel them expand, and then breathe out. Do it again, a nice deep breath in, feel the lungs fill up. Breathe out. Just do two more, a nice deep breath in. Breathe out. Last time. Just hold it there. Okay. When you're ready, just roll over onto your side to the lying position. Push yourself up into the sitting position. Just take your time. If you feel a little dizzy, take even more time. Just slowly bring yourself up so that you're fully aware. You're sitting, you're ready for the weekend, whatever the weekend brings. Apologies about the internet delay or connection loss. Don't know what happened there. I hope you enjoyed this evening's sessions. I will see you next week. Next week is a full schedule. Monday, the 2 classes, Wednesday, and then Friday, the 2 back-to-back classes. So have a lovely weekend, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye.